Hey Ryan, I think it's getting a little sprinkly. Come under this umbrella.
Well, Judy, you know you can dodge the showers this time of year, but you don't want to dodge this new episode of Garden Time.
Welcome to Garden Time. You know, it's spring now, and all those spring showers bring all the beautiful flowers.
And to find those beautiful flowers, make sure you visit your independent garden center.
Coming up in the show today, we'll show you how to have chickens in your garden.
We'll also give you tips for that new gardener on where to get started in your landscaping.
But coming up first, African violets.
Well, we all think of our grandma's African violets, and we're here with Christy out in her Northeast Portland home, and oh my goodness, what a collection you have. This is way beyond what I've ever thought of for an African violet. So tell me a little bit about your collection.
Well, I've been collecting since 2010, and it started with that one violet, and it just kept blooming, and I'm like, wow, I can actually grow something. And then it turned into, oh, now I want a purple one, and oh wow, they have different sizes of African violets.
And I had no idea that there was this many colors and bloom types and leaf colors. I mean, how many different varieties do you have in
There's
here?
a huge variety in here. I prefer the semi-miniatures here because you can actually have more of them on your shelf. Here's an example of micro mini. My friend Wes Carter, he hybridized this. He's from Portland, Oregon, and this is one of his varieties. It's called Wesley's Pixie Dust.
And so you see all the different foliage colors, all the bloom types, all the different things. What kind of care do you need to grow these? I notice you have a lot of these sitting in mason jars with little strings coming out the bottom. So how?
Oh, this is just the easiest way to keep them watered, because the easiest way to kill an African violet is to overwater it. And so I found that the best mix that works for me is black gold African violet soil, and I just cut it 50-50 with some perlite. And I just took some mason twine and I just strung it up through the bottom of these Anderson 2.5-inch pots. And this is just a standard mouth mason jar. And it just kind of sets right in there.
And so that acts like a wick that sucks the water up through the strings into the soil.
And then I don't need to worry about overwatering.
And if you're overwatering them, and is that, for people that are watering at home, do you want to necessarily, is overwatering bad, or do you want to try to keep it off? Or?
You want to keep the bottom of the pot out of the water, because the easiest way to kill a plant is overwatering, and how that happens is the roots rot.
And a lot of people talk about overhead watering and how that's bad for an African violet. Is that true?
Yeah, if the water's too cold, it can leave brown spots on the leaves. Overhead watering or just washing the leaves under the sink with lukewarm water or room temperature water won't leave spots, but cold water will.
And then do you need to add fertilizer in with the water, or are you doing liquid fertilizer through the top, or how do you?
It's a dilute fertilizer. It's about 50% of whatever the manufacturer recommends for the dose.
Okay.
So it's, well, if you're just straight up watering your plant, they call it weekly, meaning half strength, weekly, every week. Or this is like quarter strength in this, because it's a continuous wicking mechanism here that waters the plant. But if your plant is being overwatered, the first symptom is these leaves are going to get really wilty, and you'll think, oh, I need to put more water on it, but that's not the case.
Actually opposite of that.
Yeah,
so
it's root rot. It's just that the roots are dead and can't bring the water up to the top. And so at first you don't realize what's wrong. But
and then is there different pests or disease you need to worry about on African violets?
I would say powdery mildew could be a big one here in the Pacific Northwest. We have a lot of mold in the area. There's some garden fungicides you could spray on it, but I don't have any fungicides on any of mine. And the way I've combated it is just air movement, fans, and just keep the air circulating around the plants, and then you don't end up with any of that problem.
Well, so we have this amazing collection that you just can't find anywhere else. But you do have some sales that are coming up. So where can people go if they're interested in some of these plants?
We sure do. At Division Street Portland Nursery, we're going to be having a sale. It's at 10 a.m. till 3 p.m.
And that's this weekend?
This weekend.
Right.
And then later on at the end of April, we'll be having another sale at Mount Tabor Methodist Church, and we'll have information about that sale at the Portland Nursery as well.
Okay. And so for, if you're looking for unusual plants that you can't find anywhere else, you can go out to Portland Nursery this weekend, or you can check gardentime.tv for other events that are coming up and links to websites about where you can find your amazing plants. So we appreciate you opening up your home, and it's been a pleasure to see all these amazing varieties. So thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Garden Time is brought to you by Capital Subaru, your way on the Parkway.
Start your new Subaru story at Capital Subaru. We are like nothing else. From the moment you step through these doors, you see it, you feel it. We do things differently here. Our people, our culture, our customer experience. Tell us what you're looking for and we'll upgrade the way you shop for Subarus. When you're just browsing, need great service, or starting your next adventure, we're always here for you. It's your story at Capital Subaru, your way on the Parkway.
Build a beautiful home inside and out at French Prairie Perennials. Inside, we have just the right creative elements to complete your decor. We offer an oasis of unusual, nature-inspired garden and home gifts and accessories. Outside, choose from our wide selection of unique dwarf conifers and sparkling companion plants. French Prairie Perennials, located between Woodburn and Wilsonville. Take exit 278 to Aurora and French Prairie Perennials.
Celebrate family and make new memories. The Wooden Shoe Tulip Festival is on. Food, crafts, kids' activities, millions of blooming tulips. Online ticketing only at woodenshoe.com. The 38th Annual Wooden Shoe Tulip Festival, now through May 1st.
You work hard in the garden. Shouldn't your gloves do the same? Garden Like a Girl makes gloves and apparel from natural, recycled, and organic materials. Garden Like a Girl gloves will help you tackle any job. They are designed to fit, protect your hands and nails, and they last. Plus, 10% of our profits go to cancer research. To learn more about Garden Like a Girl products, go to our website, gardenlikeagirl.com. Garden Like a Girl, ruggedly feminine.
Find everything you need for spring at Al's Garden and Home.
Well, it is chick season, and I'm at the Wilco in Lake Oswego with Marla. And Marla, I hear baby chicks in the background. They're darling.
Oh, they're wonderful. We have them in the store from February to about October. We have all different kinds. We have ones that are specialty breeds. We also have some that are just exceptional layers. We do carry some meat birds for people that are into processing their own, and turkeys and some ducks. And we have everything you could possibly need in order to raise those chicks up until they are laying and into retirement.
Well, so for beginners, I know that you get chicks and maybe you need a box or you need some protection at night. So what should we get if we're newbies?
Well, in the beginning, you need to get a heat lamp and you need to have, feeders, waters, and you need to keep them contained until they have their feathers, which is about 5 to 6 weeks. Because that's how they stay warm outside. And then once they're feathered, they can go out into a coop. So until then, you have to baby them just a little bit. And then after that, at 5 weeks, they can go out into a coop. You want to make sure they're protected from predators, both on the ground and from the air. Especially around here, we have a lot of hawks and eagles and things like that. And again, you just kind of have to decide, are you in it for a lot of eggs? Are you in it for, a pet? The different breeds have different temperaments. We have some exceptional layers, like the Novagens. We have some that lay colored eggs, blue, green, yellow, like the color packs or the Americanas. So it just kind of depends on what you want out of your flock.
And really, you have the whole gamut here too, because you even have information, people that can come in for their questions.
Yes.
And really, in case something's happening, you can troubleshoot if there's something with a sick bird.
Absolutely. We carry all of the products, not only for feeding, but for raising, for the eggs, for the chicken's health. And we have a lot of knowledge available. If you're having any trouble with your hens or your flocks at all, we have a tremendous amount of resources for you.
And I saw too that you have classes, so really go to the website and find out where the classes are?
Correct. We have classes a couple times a year, and at different Wilco stores, there'll be different times of the year. So check on our website and find out what that is. Also, we have reps that come and speak about the feeds and the products and that kind of thing. So that's all available online.
So Marla, can I just come in and get 20 chickens? Am I allowed, do you think, in my town?
No, generally not. In backyard chicken situations, especially now that in Portland people are having chickens as well, each city will have its own legislation in regards to how many chicks or chickens you can have. For instance, in Lake Oswego, where we are, you can have 5 or 6, without a permit, but no roosters. But if you have any waterfowl, you do have to have a permit for those. But every municipality is different, and you should check with your own to find out. Generally, you can just go to the city's website and Google backyard chickens, and they will tell you all the information that you need.
Well, really, there's a lot to know about raising chickens and doing it well. So go to gardentime.tv. We'll click you over to the Wilco website, and you can find out where to go and get all those questions answered. Marla, thanks so much.
Thank you so much.
So our tip of the week is how to get 2 seasons of harvest out of 1 packet of seeds.
So for instance, with peas, you can plant it now and be harvesting, and then plant them again for an early fall harvest.
And just like the peas, you could use something like lettuce too. You just want to make sure that you look at the maturity and make sure it's not too long.
So 2 harvests for 1 seed pack, that's our tip of the week.
Garden Time is brought to you by Portland Nursery, a passion for plants, a nursery for plant people.
At Portland Nursery, we believe that gardening is a creative endeavor that enriches our experience, enlivens the spaces around us, and provides a safe haven for the mind. Portland Nursery has everything you need to make your space feel unique, inviting, and exciting. From houseplants and hedges to trees, tools, veggies, and herbs, our selection is always growing and changing, just like you. Come visit us today at 50th and Stark, 90th and Division.
Dram is celebrating 75 years of design and manufacturing of quality watering tools. Dram products feature 9 water patterns and are designed to nurture your plants with a shower of rain. Dram for lawn and garden, available at garden centers near you.
For over 100 years, Collier Arbor Care and Bartlett Tree Experts have provided tree and shrub care services to the Portland metropolitan area.
From large tree and small shrub pruning, tree removal, and stump grinding, we can handle all your tree care needs.
Our arborists diagnose and treat your toughest insect and disease problems.
We also have organic solutions for growing and maintaining healthy gardens, as well as organic nutrition for your trees and shrubs.
Collier and Bartlett, environmentally friendly since 1907.
The Wooden Shoe Tulip Festival is on! Enjoy 40 acres of blooming tulips bursting in color, food, crafts, kids' activities, and so much more. Online ticketing only at woodenshoe.com. The 38th Annual Wooden Shoe Tulip Festival, now through May 1st.
Create a beautiful living space both inside and out with the help of Terra Casa.
Outside, you'll find pottery, fountains, and decor to make your garden unforgettable.
And inside, there are home furnishings and just the right accents to make your home warm, inviting, and most importantly, comfortable.
Terra Casa has a huge selection of merchandise to fit any home or budget. Plus, we still have all the unique and distinctive gifts that you have come to expect from Terra Casa.
Terra Casa in downtown Damascus.
Garland Nursery, a must-stop destination for those that want to play with plants and grow with their garden. Whether you are a new or a seasoned gardener, Garland Nursery can help fulfill your gardening desires and your landscape needs. From organic veggies, trees and shrubs, to colorful blooms, from the newest trends in garden supplies and garden decor. Shop Garland Nursery to find that perfect plant or piece that fills you and your garden with delight. It's always a beautiful day at Garland Nursery.
Well, I'm out here at Blooming Junction. I'm with Ron. And Ron, the last couple of years, there's been so many new gardeners, to the industry that have new houses, new yards. They just don't know where to begin.
Right.
So, where do they begin?
Well, when we have somebody that's new come to the junction, what I generally like to do is have a conversation with them. Find out what their needs are. Sometimes people do projects in chunks. They may be looking for something for their front yard. If they do, I suggest they take into consideration the changing seasons. A lot of people don't like a lot of bare sticks on the way up to the front door. So I would suggest something more evergreen, something like a hebe or something like that. So generally just gauge the project. Backyards could be a little bit different. Maybe they want to grow fruit. Maybe they're looking to increase beneficial insects, pollinators, things like that. The manzanita here is a great plant for that, as is the arbutus. The manzanita also be natives. That ticks off another category that a lot of people are interested in these days. They come in specifically looking for natives. And then I gauge their lifestyle, how much time they plan on spending out in their gardening. If they are not committed to, spending quite a bit of time, I'll gear them towards something low maintenance and easy. Wallflowers, you can't go wrong with them.
Right.
It's evergreen, fragrant, beautiful, early spring bloomer. So things like that,
So it's important to kind of know, before you come in, the space that you're wanting to do, and then what you want to be putting into it. It's
Exactly.
First time, what do you want to use your space for?
Right. And I welcome people, to bring in kind of a map of their yard, show me anything that's already there, any mature trees and things like that. And then, what I used to do, I used to be a fanatic about back in the day when we had magazines, ripping out pages of magazines that I love garden styles. People don't know the name of the style, but they know what they like. Bookmark them on the phone, bring it in, and we can identify those plants for them.
Right. Because I'll do that now. I'll walk through neighborhoods and take pictures of things that I like. I might not know what it is, but it's good to have.
Exactly.
And then what about like sun and shade requirements would be another.
That's important too. And a lot of people that have new homes haven't been through a full year. So it's kind of important to understand. I tell them, that the sun does change. What's full sun now may not be later in the summer, when it's really important to gauge that exposure. So it's helpful if they do know the exposure. There's a lot of plants that like part sun, part shade, that are versatile. Others that require full shade, full sun. So it's important to know that.
And then, water needs would be probably another one that they would need to know. Are they hand watering or sprinkler systems, or how much do they want to do?
Right, and drought tolerant plants are a real important category right now. We've been in drought season for years now. So you have to gauge, one, if you have access to water. Sometimes people have properties that are large and they don't have water out there.
Right.
That would be a place to put something like a ceanothus that doesn't like water, something to the back. So yes, water requirements, exposure, time, commitment, things like that are all things to take into consideration. And then of course what you like. You're drawn to colors that you like, and that's easy enough to identify.
Right. And there's, this is, early spring, and there's just a lot of color coming out now. But, things are changing throughout the year.
It is, and we're just getting stocked up. There are early winter bloomers like the spireas and the iberis that are in bloom now, but in the next few weeks, we're just going to get fuller and fuller and more colorful.
Right. So it's probably good, that once you start this project, doesn't mean that you're going to be done.
You're never done.
Right.
No. And it's kind of one of those things you want to come back, either week after week or every couple of weeks and see what's new in the garden center.
Right. So Ron, it's been great to get out here. The garden center is really filling up, and it has a lot of color for this time of year, and there's so much more coming in.
Yeah.
So if you're looking to, for ideas of what to do in your yard, just getting started out, or maybe even have a yard that you want to just change around a little bit, make sure you come out to Blooming Junction, talk to Ron, talk to their staff, and get some really great ideas. So thanks, Ron.
Thank you, Ryan.
Welcome to Blooming Junction, where it's easy to connect with nature. At Blooming Junction, you'll find beautiful, healthy plants, good, fresh food, and a place to regain peace and calm in your life. We have an unsurpassed collection of unique and distinctive plants and the expertise to help any gardener be successful. And we feature Blooming Advantage plants. Come check out Blooming Junction for an inspiring experience in the garden or in the kitchen. Blooming Junction, offering quality plants for beautiful gardens.
DRAM is celebrating 75 years of design and manufacturing of quality watering tools. DRAM products feature 9 water patterns and are designed to nurture your plants with a shower of rain. DRAM for lawn and garden, available at garden centers near you.
At Sagawa Nursery, we always talk about taking your garden from ordinary to extraordinary. For us, that means bringing you the newest and best plants and unique garden items to you, our customer. For you, that means we'll help you transform your garden into something that's extraordinary. We also have some great gift items and even a few surprises for inside your home too. Sagawa Nursery, growing beyond the ordinary.
Nestled in the oaks of the Willamette Valley is a nursery that is truly exceptional. At Out in the Garden Nursery, you will find a vast array of shade plants, ornamental grasses, and hardy perennials.
The nursery is now open. Stop by and get the best selection of spring color and texture for your garden.
We offer over 100 types of perennials. Plus, we offer the best in personal attention. Out in the Garden Nursery, where we grow great gardens one plant at a time.
Since 1982, the Wall has been making local gardens beautiful, naturally. Whether you need a new wall, concrete patio, fire pit, or driveway, the Wall's expert craftsmen can build it. We back up our work with a 5-year warranty, so you'll know it'll last. We use the highest quality materials, including stamped colored concrete, natural stone, and we're the leader in using recycled concrete. Create an outdoor environment you'll enjoy for years, with the help of your friends at The Wall.
Find everything you need for spring at Al's Garden and Home.
I'm with Mary today from Garden Like a Girl. And Mary, we've talked about your gloves before, and she's actually the owner and the idea woman behind these great gloves.
Yes, ma'am.
And in the springtime, I usually would have to go out and buy another pair of gloves, but you can see my gloves, they're well loved, well used, and there's no holes in these fingers, so they're good to go for another year.
Well, and that's the goal, they're durable, they protect your hands, they last, and the fingertips especially. That was one of the #1 complaints we heard when we were polling our garden girls about their gloves was that they're, and me, I kind of started it, with nails going through the ends of the gloves. And at this point, my gloves have paint on them. I've been laying floors with them. They're a great chore glove. So yeah, I'm glad to hear that.
Yeah, and really, I could even throw these in the wash.
Yeah, you
That would be
can.
great.
You can. I mean, I throw mine in the wash. They come out, a little stiff, a little tighter. But just put them on. They're just like they're new. Put them on, work them a little bit, and they're good to go.
Yeah. So Mary, we talked about the fingertips, which we really love. So, but what are the other wonderful points about the gloves?
Well, the gloves have, thank you. The gloves have a lot of points of difference from other gloves you'll see out there. Among those are the Kevlar wrap fingertips. There's no seam on the tip of the finger. They come in 2 finger lengths. I have, really long fingers, so I wear a large long. We do have padding here on our cancer ribbon in the palm, and the goat skin, which is just amazing. We have breathable materials here on the back. And as I said, like the goat skin, it just stays soft, super durable. You can grab the base of a rose bush and not get stuck.
And you know what I love too? I love the Velcro. So because you can make them nice and tight, you're not going to get any soil down there, and they're not going to stretch out on you. They'll fit all the time.
And I don't know about you, but the place that my hands would start hurting when I'm in the garden is going to be here, and it's going to be my wrist. And by tightening up that Velcro, it gives me some wrist support, and it does make a difference.
And even this time of year, we've had all kinds of weather, and I've even noticed that my hands stay a little bit drier, a little bit warmer, even though the weather can be changeable in the spring.
That's true. And, while they are not like waterproof, they are water resistant, and that's one of the benefits of goat skin is that, it is water resistant. There's a conditioner in the goat skin that keeps them repels the water and also keeps them soft after the fact, and they don't get hard. And it's I love mine. We've had lots of great feedback about our gloves.
Oh, really? That's nice to hear. Sure.
Yeah. From Sherry S. is they fit like a glove. She said, "Okay, I can't resist." I love all the thought that is going into making your gloves fit beautifully and perform exceptionally. Function plus form, hooray.
Oh, good, good. And so here we are in 2022, and so what's going on for the spring? Anything new?
For 2022, we do have a new color of hoodie. It's called Sage. It's this beautiful light green color, and instead of printing our logo on the chest and the back, we are printing, or actually on the ones that we're just doing the chest. So on these we're doing Sun, Garden, Girl, which are the elements of our logo, down the side.
Oh, neat.
And it really is just a beautiful hoodie. All of our hoodies are Recovered brand, and they're super soft inside. They're eco-friendly, so yeah, check them out.
And you also have t-shirts and other clothing for the warm season too.
Yeah, long sleeve, short sleeve tees, crew neck, V-neck. We've got it all.
Yeah. Well, you can always go to gardentime.tv. We'll click you over to their website. You can get them online there, or else check with your favorite garden center to see if you can pick up Garden Like a Girl gloves there. Mary, thank you so much. Have a great season.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you for watching Garden Time today. And you might want to keep your umbrella handy. Garden Palooza is just 2 weeks away, and you might want to bring it with you.
For more information on today's show or any of our other episodes, go to gardentime.tv. Judy and I thank you for watching, and we'll see you next week on Garden Time.
Garden Palooza is back. Join us on April 9th at our new location at Bauman's Farm and Garden. See over 30 plant growers and garden vendors. There's free parking and free admission. Garden Palooza, Saturday, April 9th at Bauman's Farm and Garden in Woodburn. The proceeding was a paid program of the Guston Creative Group and its sponsors.